Flosstube. I am Stephanie, the Ivy House Crafter. This is my first Flosstube video, and I am super nervous, but I'll get over it. I've been tossing around the idea of making a video for quite a while, and thought that I would just go for it. A little bit about me. My name is Stephanie. I am a homeschooling mother of 5 children. The oldest is 12, and the youngest is a little over a year old. So I'm busy, but I love crafting far too much to not do it, just because I have a whole bunch of kids running around all the time. Let's see, I started cross-stitching. I learned how when I was a young girl, like many cross-stitchers. I learned, and then as I got older, I kind of fell away from that and picked up other things, and anyway, I just recently got back into it, and I am now a full-fledged cross-stitcher, and I love it. Since I don't really know what else to say right now, we'll just jump right into some of my whips. I have 3 that I'm currently working on, soon to add a few more, but the first that I started working on, I got my kids some cross-stitch kits for Christmas this past year, and when I was helping them figure out how to do it, I was like, okay, I have to get a kit for myself because I'm really enjoying this. So I got this Dimensions kit from Amazon, Roses on White Chair. It is beautiful. I love the colors. I love the whole setup. I like kind of vintagey, old-timey things with muted colors, and it's sort of an understated elegance thing, and I just really like that. This is designed by, it's a French name, I'm going to butcher it, Fabrice de Villeneuve. Anyway, it's stitched on 14 count Aida, and this is the progress that I've made on it. I love these colors. I love everything about this. And I decided that working on one thing wasn't enough, because you can never have too many cross-stitch projects going on. One of my kids is peeking at me through the window. So this next thing that I started, I was a bit of an artist in high school. I did a lot of drawing. I took an art class and a drawing class, and was really into it. And my favorite thing that I have ever drawn was, at that time, I don't have the actual sketch with me. I didn't think to grab that and bring it out, but I did this sketch of some dolphins, and then I recently uploaded that to the Pick-to-Pat website. That's PIC2PAT.com, and sorry, my film cut out on me. I had my drawing converted to a cross-stitch pattern, and here's what it looks like. And I have started working on that. I'm doing it 2/2 on 28 count even weave. I've worked on just one corner of it. It's going to be very big, and that's okay. So I'll be working on it for a while, but this, you know, it just means a lot to me. It's my favorite thing I've ever drawn, and now I'm turning it into cross-stitch. The colors are so calming. Here's my little baggie of colors, and oh, it's relaxing just to look at them. I really like these colors. There's not a lot of contrast. It's just very subtle and understated, and I like that a lot. The next piece that I've started, a little bit less subtle, but not, overboard or anything, but I thought that I would make some gifts for my parents. And my mom loves daisies and sunflowers and cheerful colors, cheerful flowers. So I found this freebie on Pinterest, and there's no picture of the finished project. This is just the pattern, but it's these pretty, sorry about the glare, these pretty little daisies, and it's going to be pretty small, but just very sweet, very cute and cheery, and it's something that my mom will really like, just very much her style. So that's the stem and the outline. Haven't made a lot of progress on that, but I'm enjoying it, and I know that my mom will enjoy it. Let's see. That's all that I have as far as whips. I wanted to talk about the Stitch Mania Winter Olympics Challenge. It's starting soon, and I decided that I was going to jump on board and take part in that. So this is my plans for the Winter Olympics Challenge. February 9th is opening ceremony, so that's Do a New Start, and I have this big book of cross-stitch designs. It's Reader's Digest, kind of old, but I'm doing Grand House, and that will be my new start. I'm going to be putting my last name and the date that my husband and I were married here, so that'll be really neat. So I have that kitted up. That will be my new start. February 10th, Winter Olympics, so the theme is winter. And I'll be starting another thing from the Reader's Digest book. That is this one. It's called Festive Stars. I'm not going to be stitching it as is. I'm going to be adding some stuff to it, and I'll talk about that a little further on. February 11th, because this is taking place in Seoul, Korea. South Korea, not Seoul, Korea. The challenge is to do something to do with South Korea. And I'm kind of stretching the challenge a bit here. This isn't Korean, but it is Asian. This is the pattern. It's a freebie. Again, I found it on Pinterest, that I will be doing for my dad. So the daisies for my mom, the pagoda for my dad. We lived in Japan for a while. We were stationed there when he was in the Air Force, and he loves Japanese things. So I'll be stitching that for him and starting that and working on that on the 11th. The 12th, the theme is the mascots, so work on an animal piece, and I'll be working on my dolphin sketch piece. The 13th is speed skating, and so set a time limit and get as far as you can on it, on any piece that you'd like. And so I'm just going to work for 1 straight hour on, I'll choose a piece that day, whatever I feel like working on. February 14th is the medals, and so working with metallics or beads. And this is one that I'm going to be altering that Festive Stars pattern. I will be adding some beads to it. I got some pretty shiny red seed beads that I'll be adding in. February 15th, the theme is skeleton. That's one of the competitions, one of the sports that they're doing. And so the challenge is to do something related to Halloween. So again, a freebie that I found on Pinterest. This is, I think it's called Welcome October. That was the name of the blog title, and it's from With Thy Needle and Thread, and it's just this cute little sampler with a crow and a pumpkin, and that's about as Halloween-y as I want to get. I don't want to do anything like super all-out Halloween because I'd like to be able to display it all autumn. February 16th, the biathlon. The challenge is to work on 2 pieces. I'll be working on my roses on white chair, and I'll be working on daisies for my mom. February 17th, figure skating, so do specialty stitches. I'm going to be adding some specialty stitches to festive stars, which should be interesting. I've never done specialty stitches before, so that'll be fun. February 18th is the theme is Heaven, Earth, and Humanity, and that's sort of the Olympics theme, I guess. I'm going to be doing a nativity. I got the idea from Stitching Mommy, because Jesus came from heaven to earth to save humanity. So I'm going to be working on a very small nativity. My mom collects nativities, and I wanted to make a little nativity for her. February 19th, there are 15 sport disciplines, so do something with the number 15. I just added a 0 and said I will do 150 stitches, whichever piece I feel like working on that day. February 20th is Olympic Village, so do something with a house or a building. I'll be working on Grand House. I'm so excited about that one. I love it. The whole primitive sampler with a house thing. So cool. February 21st, there are 79 nations participating, so do something with the number 7 and 9, or 9. I'll be working on my roses on white chair and do 79 stitches. February 22nd, because it's an international competition, do something related to either international or travel, and I'm going to be working on my dad's Japanese pagoda. February 23rd, the host city is, I'm going to say it wrong, Pyeongchang, and so do something with the letters P and or C, and I'll be working on my dolphin sketch because I got that pattern from Pick to Pat, and Pick to Pat has 2 P's and a C. So there you go. February 24th, there are 4 new events this year, so do something new to you, and I'm going to work on my festive stars because, again, like I said, I've never done specialty stitches, so those are quite new to me. And beading, I've never done beading on cross stitch before, so I'll be working on that. And then February 25th, the closing ceremonies. Work on something you're close to finishing, and I will, when I get to that point, decide which item I'm closest to finishing and work on that. So that's my plans for the Winter Olympics. I think that is all the cross-stitch stuff that I have. Oh, so now I'm going to kind of show other crafty things that I'm also interested in. Just a couple for right now. There's a lot that I could show, but I only have 2 specific crafting disciplines to talk about. The first is this little doodad right here. There's a thing called, I'm going to butcher the pronunciation, Zhen Xian Bao. It's a Chinese thread book, and I stumbled upon it on YouTube at some point and decided I have to make one because see a new craft, gotta do it. That's me. So this is my Chinese thread book, and I use it for my cross stitching tools. You open it up and there's pockets of lots of different sizes. There's nothing in that one. This one has my not at all fancy needle minder. There's the top magnet and the bottom magnet. It stays in place because in another pocket I've got my scissors, and in another pocket I've got all my little thread scraps that I cut off. This pocket has my needle threaders. That's all that I have in it right now, but there are pockets galore on this, including these little fold-up pockets, which don't want to cooperate. There. Isn't that so cute? And it twists down. So that's my... The other thing I wanted to show is my crocheting. This is another craft that I learned when I was a little girl and then picked up again as an adult. When I was pregnant with my first daughter, my first child, I wanted to crochet her a blanket. And so I picked up crocheting and haven't stopped since. I've made a baby blanket for each of my children while I was pregnant with each of them. That's something special that I do. And I've also taken up crocheting blankets for nieces and nephews as they are being born. I have 2 sisters-in-law that are pregnant right now, one with a little girl and one with a little boy. So this blanket is for my husband's brother's wife and their baby. So cute. I love the colors on this. It's not colors that I would have chosen to put together, this orange and yellow with the pinks and stuff, but I made my husband, he likes Pokemon, and I made him a Magikarp hat, and I happened to have those colors, and then I just had to get a couple more, get like another pink or something, and so these are Magikarp colors from Pokemon for little baby girl. And then my brother's wife is pregnant, and they're going to have a little boy. And I haven't finished this blanket. I've started it, and this is, I just decided to use the same pattern because I liked it so much. And these are the colors I decided, oh, I love these colors together. Browns and greens and tans. That's my jam. I love that. So those are the crochet things that I've been working on lately. I will also do matching hats, little baby hats for each of those blankets for the babies as well. Alright, I think that's all that I've got. My phone keeps cutting me off every 4 minutes, and that's kind of annoying. I'll have to figure out something else, some other way to make these videos so that it doesn't do that. But until next time, thank you for watching, and bye.